Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. This is Double X here, and I am going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between our two players. Liquid Tyler, who's going to be the red Protoss spawning in the bottom right spawn location, and his opponent ROOTslush, the blue Zerg, spawning in the bottom left. So we're going to have a Zerg versus Protoss, and his map for today's game is going to be Shakuras Plateau. Very popular map nowadays in the StarCraft 2 community. It was removed for a while from the ladder map pool, but it's now brought back in a new version where you don't have this ramp into your back of your base. Instead there's a ramp up here. So ROOTslush, a member of Team Root with a lot of other great players who is playing on the American server, both these players are, and he's currently ranked 10th on the American Grandmasters League. That is really good, and he's playing a lot of games on ladder, as well as performing in the weekly tournaments on different sites, but not as famous in the big tournaments as other players, as maybe Liquid Tyler, who's been performing in a lot of big tournaments. Not the biggest, but he's going to, I believe, play in all of the MLGs during the year. And we can see that he's starting off with a gateway and a pilot on the low ground, so this indicates that he's going to go for a fast expand, possibly going to throw down a forge after this. No, a secondary gateway, so this could be interesting. We can see ROOTslush is going for a spawning pool first, so he's going to be prepared for whatever early attack that Tyler may put on with this double gate. Anyways, Liquid Tyler, not as much of a ladder player as Slush may be. He's still ranked 139th on the American server, and might say, oh, it's only 139, but being ranked on the Grandmasters is not easy at all, and being ranked there just shows you that he is a great player. And he doesn't play ladder too much. He's only about just over 200 games played for this season. He's doing a lot of stuff as well, hosting a show where they talk about StarCraft 2, and also competing in a lot of tournaments. Now you can see that Slush has dropped his hatchery and is going to drone up a bit, and he's sending out his two initial links to do some scouting work to these towers, but I think this link will be slashed in half by this Zealot. You can see that Zealot not losing too much energy, and now the secondary circling runs down here. I don't know why Slush would sacrifice that, certainly, and he doesn't. The Overlord Slush is going to scout out Liquid Tyler's opening here, and see that he's now only able to produce sellers for a while, and there comes the Nexus. I believe he can spot that. Yes, he can, so he knows what's coming. And now the probe decides to put down a forge. No cybernetic score yet for Tyler. This is interesting. But he's now putting down a lot of pressure with his Zealots, and this might have to get cancelled by Slash, or else he could lose this hatchery. He only has a queen and 2 Zerglings as of now, and he did end up cancelling that. So great job by Tyler there. Now you can see Slush is sitting on a bunch of minerals, and he doesn't have enough larva to spend it on, but now he's going to get up some roaches. But his supply blocked at the moment, so he'll have to produce a bunch of overlords, but still 3 roaches to scare away any Protoss Zealots, because the roaches are ranged, so they can kite those Zealots really easy. And now we have 2 photon cannons, no, 3 photon cannons going up for Tyler, who still hasn't dropped his cybernetic core. I'm so confused about that. Maybe he's going to do that now. There goes his cybernetics at this standard, 6 minutes cybernetic score. So he's going to retreat here and fall back on his 3 cannons and 4 Zealots, and meanwhile we can see that Slush is going to grab this watchtower with his roaches and lings, and maybe scout up in here to see what Tyler is up to. But not having the cybernetic score for a long time doesn't only mean that Tyler isn't going to have ranged units. He's also not being able to take any further than to Zealots, and he's not going to get that warp gate technology, which is really crucial as a Protoss player. He's just now going to start it. I would imagine he's going to chrono boost that as well. But no, he's going to chrono boost his gateways with his stalkers, which is a wise choice I'd say, because he had seen those roaches outside of the base. But look at this, Slush knows that he is ahead by a lot and is going to go for the double expand. Just now getting up his natural, and his third base is over a third done, so going to have a great economy to fall back on. Because right now Tyler can't put on too much pressure with only 2 stalkers and no warp gate ability whatsoever. The zealots will be easy surrounded and picked off by Zerglings and roaches, and the measly amount of stalkers isn't going to help Tyler much if he would have put on some pressure. And these cannons also indicates that it won't be putting on pressure anytime soon, because that is so much minerals spent on static defense. But now Tyler has double Stargate coming up, so I believe this is a part of the build. This is not something that Tyler opted to go when he saw those roaches. No. But remember, he didn't put on his submarine score for a real long time, so this is super delayed, and he hasn't scouted Slush for a real long time, so he doesn't know when Slush is going to get up his layer or anything like that. Now he's lucky that Slush got a late layer. I have seen players get up their layers at the 6-minute mark, and that is when Tyler started his cybernetics core, and he's going to go for that +1 air weapons as well. Now we have 1 Phoenix on the field and 2 more Phoenix on the way, with the warp kit technology is soon about to finish. No attack upgrades yet for his ground army. Now you can see Slush is producing his out of his 3rd hatchery, and he's going to put up a spore crawler at every base. He knows about the threat of potential air units. I don't know if he's Overlord scouted it, but he can assume that anyways, because he had it scouted in Tyler's base for a very long time. And now the Phoenixes are getting in here, and they're starting to shoot away at those Overlords. Slush will have to bunch up his queens and pick off these Phoenix, which is soon about to have the +1 attack as well. And then they can start shooting Overlords really quickly. Already supply capping Slush, who is forced to produce 2 Overlords, and he's now going for the pneumatized carapace, which is the Overlord speed, so he can safely retreat with his Overlord faster than before. Now we can see that there's a lot of Phoenix on the field for Tyler. He has 7 Phoenix now, and back in the days when he was known as NonY, he's now switched to Tyler, but many of you may know him as NonY. Back in the days, he was the one who invented the Phoenix harassment build, so I'm not surprised to see this from him. He knows this in and out. Now we also have the Colossus tech on the way, but our Protoss player already has a bunch of roaches on the way, which roaches can attack Phoenix, but the Phoenix can't attack the roaches either, so the Phoenix could go for... No, the roaches could go for a bust at the front door here if Tyler is not careful, but his ground forces is up here, going to take out Slush's 3rd base, and now all the drones that transfer back from here is going to be picked off by the graviton beam and blasted away. And now those Phoenix will soon have that +1 attack. Now we can see that Tyler is grabbing his 3rd. The Spire is not yet up, but when it is up, we can see that ROOTslush most likely put his Spire down as a reaction to those Phoenix, but now he is prepared for the impending Colossus threat from Tyler. I believe he's going to start his thermal lens and his Colossus as soon as possible. There goes the Colossus, and here comes the thermal lens. So Slush can at any time react to this and produce a bunch of corruptors to snipe all those Colossus, so that might be unfortunate for Tyler. Now we can see that a bunch of corruptors is on the way as a reaction to those Phoenix, but the corruptors will also be good as against the Colossus when those spawn. But more Overlords are going to be picked off. Slush has learned his lesson and is going to bunch up his Overlord over the Spore Crawler, and has also overproduced Overlord for a bit. You can see his 30 supply ahead, and he got 2 Overlords picked off, so that just shows you what these Phoenixes forces Slush to do. Now we can see an infestation pit going up for our Zerg player Slush, who is also retaking his 3rd base. The Phoenixes are doing a great scouting job for Tyler, Now we can see that his Thermalus is over halfway done. His first Colossus has spawned and is joined his little army outside his natural ramp, and his second Colossus is underway. I'm curious to how many warp gates Tyler has. He has 5 warp gates and a single robotics base, so going to have a pretty sturdy army. He's running off 3 base, well, not complete, but it's going to running off 3 base, and you can fund 2 gates and 1 robotics from 1 base, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyler put down a bunch of more production facilities anytime soon. You can see that his he has a Twilight Council coming up with that blink, so he probably knows that he has forced the Corruptors, so he knows that there's a potential for Broodlords, because he has seen at the Infestation Pit, so a Hive Tech is not far away. You know, the blink is also good against the roaches. If you're on the creep and the roach is picking up to you and you're outnumbered, then you can just blink back and escape safely. Now this poor Spore Crawler for Slush is going to be picked off by the ground forces, and this is a pretty sizable army. Look at the supply counts. The Protoss player is 30 supply ahead, and let's take a look at the units tab. We can see that he has a 5 pro lead, but still ahead 25 in supply, and we can see that a Zerg always needs to be ahead in supply of his opponent. But now the Zerglings are going to be hacking away at those units, and perfect control by these Corruptors can snipe those Colossus so easily. We can see the corruption ability is being used over and over again, but now the Phoenix are swooping in and taking out all of these roaches, or at least lifting them up, not allowing them to shoot anything at all. Now a bunch of reinforcing Stalkers, and I believe that Slush is going to GG at any moment. He is really... Tyler's out for blood. He's playing this really good, and Slush has nothing to defend with, and there comes the GG from Slush. So great game by Tyler, and playing out that perfectly. Slush did have 21 roaches on the way with the +2, but the +2 was on the way for Tyler as well, and with all those Stalkers and the Colossus constantly reinforcing, and also all those Phoenix, I don't think Slush would have a chance, even if those 21 roaches would have spawned at once and just bunch up and kill his Protoss army. So great play by Tyler, and hope you guys enjoyed the game. I will see you guys next time.